One of the purest forms of motorsport is the traditional hill climb, the concept being that you arrive with your car, put your helmet on, strap yourself in, drive up the hill, get a time and go back home. It's a pretty nice concept, except that we live in Joburg and one of the most famous hill climbs in South Africa is the Jaguar Simola Hill Climb, which happens to be in Knysna. So we found ourselves a really sporty car, an Alfa Romeo 4C to be exact, and we're embarking on a trip that will start in Johannesburg, wind its way all the way down to Knysna, about 1,200 kilometers or so. Then we're going to enter and campaign this car in the Jaguar Simola Hill Climb, and hopefully, if everything goes well, drive back again. Let's see if we're up to it, and just how well the car does too. There's no doubt that the Alfa Romeo 4C is a head-turner, but the beauty of the low-slung two-seater is much more than skin deep. Handcrafted in limited numbers in the Maserati factory, it employs the kind of advanced tech usually found in top-end supercars. Its carbon fiber tub ensures tremendous stiffness combined with low weight and a reduced center of gravity. The power-to-weight ratio is almost 200 kilowatt a ton. 1,200 kilometers and 10 hours later, we finally arrived at our planned destination, of course, Knysna, and not only Knysna, but more specifically, the Jaguar Simola Hill Climb. This is going to be our steed on the event. It's also been our steed for the trip down. And to many people, you'd either have a race car or you'd have a road car. We believe that if you are clever about what you choose, you might be able to do both. So I can tell you that as much as people might think this is going to be a hard, uncomfortable, uncompromising car, we've actually done this journey up to now in a reasonable amount of comfort, and it has been a lot of fun driving it. But now, talking about fun, the real fun starts, because we're about to attempt conquering the hill in this Alfa Romeo 4C. The 4C's cabin is not the most spacious, but it's good enough for two adults and certainly comfortable enough to tackle long-distance journeys. The slim bucket seats are surprisingly supportive, and the interior appointments include luxuries like aircon, cruise control, remote central locking, digital instruments and a sound system. But the sports exhaust turns conversation into a shouting match, and the unassisted steering requires constant supervision even in a straight line. The cabin execution is functional, with the exposed carbon fiber the focal point. While the Alfa underwent some last-minute pre-event preparation, the action at the Jaguar Simola Hill Climb was already hotting up. Friday is devoted to Classic Car Friday, which sees an eclectic collection of machines from yesteryear racing up the hill. The 39 entries ranged from this superb Corvette Roadster to various MGAs and MGBs, a clutch of classic Porsche 911s and several American muscle cars, to less common models like the Marcos GT, a priceless Bugatti racer, and a loud and proud Pontiac GTO. Classic Car Friday is a bit like a South African Goodwood revival, with many marshals, competitors and even spectators wearing period costume, while several of the cars are even older than the drivers. Spectators get to see rare cars driven in anger, a much better spectacle than any static museum can offer. Needless to say, some were quicker than others. Among the many classic Jaguars flying the British brand's flag at the hill climb was Dick Sorensen's Jaguar D-Type replica, which still looks as desirable now as the originals did many decades ago. The big red Mercedes-Benz 280 SE, piloted by Norman Frost, is an authentic reproduction of the racing sedan that started the AMG ball rolling. But at the sharp end of the classic Conqueror field, the car to beat was Charles Arton's Martini Racing liveried March 79B Formula Atlantic race car. The single-seater stormed up the hill in a best time of 46.2 seconds, beating the beautifully turned-out Porsche 911 RSR of defending champion Franco Scribante by just more than half a second. Rounding out the top five were Ross Lazarus in the Ford GT40, Anthony Ashley's Lotus 7 and the Porsche 911 of Brent Watts.